Now that our edit is finished and we have titles, an opening title and credits, the last thing we have to do before we're done with our project is to export it. First step to export is to create an in point and an out point on the timeline around just your video. So I'm going to bring my playhead to the front of my timeline here at the start of my video and hit I. That creates an in point just like in our source window. And come down to the end and hit O, and that creates an out point. Doing that does two things. First thing is it makes sure that what I'm exporting is only what's on the timeline. Sometimes if you've been editing and you end up with a clip of video all the way down here, it'll turn your 30-second video into an 8-minute video, or potentially even longer than that. So it's very important to set the in and out point around your timeline. Make sure you're only exporting the piece that you want to export, the part you want to export, and it also sets your focus onto this timeline window, because when you go to export, it'll export whatever our window is focused on. So if I'm clicked on something in our project window, sometimes it'll export just that clip. By setting the in and out point, it makes sure that my focus is on the timeline. Okay, once you have the in and out point set, you're going to come up here to File, Export Media. The keyboard shortcut for that is Command M. All right, but go to File, Export Media, and click on that, and it'll pop up this new window that has a ton of options. And we're going to go much deeper into that later. Right now, I'm just going to teach you one format to export in, the format we're mostly going to be using in this class. Over here on the left side, this is our actual video, and down here you can see you have a playhead. Usually I like to scrub that, make sure like, yep, that's my video, it looks good. Then I'm going to come up here. Now the format I want you to be exporting your finished videos in is H.264. Okay, some of you, it might be on QuickTime already, but I want you to make sure that this is selected on H.264. And what H.264 is a codec that is best for web compression. And basically it means it'll give you a high quality image and a small file size, which is what we want. So H.264 for format. And then we're also going to set a preset. So come here and click on preset. The preset I found to be the best is all the way at the bottom, Vimeo 1080. And that's ensuring it's going to be exporting in 1080p, and the Vimeo compression settings I found are pretty good. So go ahead and use that preset, and then come down to output name. Last thing you have to do is click on output name, that blue text, and tell it where to go. So up here I can give it a name, so I'm going to call it first project. And also, if you guys can put your own names in your projects, that'll help me grade and check that things are done and things like that. So I'm also going to put my first and last name after that. And then I need to put it into the correct folder. So I'm going to go back here on the desktop and then find my folder structure. I'm working on first project. And this is my master export, which means it's going in my master file. So go ahead and click on that master folder and click OK. And click Save. Now you can see it has an output name, and you told it what folder to go into, and I can click Export. And once your video is completely done exporting, you're done. And if I go into Finder, into that first project folder, into Master, you'll see right here I have my exported video. I can play that, make sure it plays okay, make sure the whole thing is there, and that's it. Then you can turn it in or put it wherever you want. So that's all Premiere in a nutshell. We're going to come back and get a lot more in depth with the program, but now you should know enough to be able to edit a project from start to finish.